Hey, welcome to another episode of Auburn All the Time, Double A Double T. I'm sitting here with my main man, the host with the most, Mr. Auburn football himself, Mr. Bruce Howard. I'm Rod Stevens. And listen, we back with another episode. We in week 5 now. Listen, we wanna continue to tell y'all how much we appreciate y'all joining us and viewing us. Click the like button, share, comment. Feel free to add yourself out or vent or whatever. We love to see your comments. And with that being said, man, um, we dealt with week 4 against Texas A&M, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. It was nothing like I thought it was gonna be. I thought we was gonna put up a better fight than that, and I'm gonna do something a little different this episode. I usually don't do stuff like this, but let me do this and allow me to do this, brother.
Go ahead.
I just want to throw some things out there, man. Just looking at some stuff. Uh, Peyton Thorne,
Right.
6 for 12, 44 yards passing. Okay, he was sacked 5 times.
Right.
Okay, Robert Ashford 1 for 4. Garner 2 for 7. Both of them with a total of 12 yards passing. Okay, we had Batiste, which had pretty decent, running game. 8 attempts, 59 yards. Jarquez Hunter 9 attempts, 53 yards. Let's go to receiving yards. This is crazy.
Right.
Our top receiver was a doggone running back. Which, to me, to be honest with you, them sacks that we had, if he had to just check down several times, the running backs probably would have had more yards receiving. Anyway, but anyway, T 2 receptions, 23 yards. Shane Hooks, 3 receptions, 18 yards. Foul, 110.
Man.
Fairweather, 3 receptions, 5 yards.
Yeah, I knew it was bad. I didn't realize it was that bad. I know that Fairweather catch in the fourth quarter on that throwback screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of the worst play calls I've ever seen in my life. I can't believe they did that. And unfortunately, we got the replay of the game on now in the first quarter. I don't know why I'm torturing myself like this, but I was just, kind of bored, so I was gonna cut it on just to see just how bad it was. And of course, the defense came out strong though, so I can't really complain about the defense part of it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like the defense played a great game. Considering that we couldn't stay on the field offensive wise. I mean, what more can you expect for a defense to hold up as well as they did for as long as they did? And it was bound to happen at some point. We was playing that bend don't break defense in the first half. They getting field goals and stuff like that, which I was pleased with that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But our offense, man, looked atrocious. I'm talking about absolutely atrocious. Peyton Thorne, he can't play on the road. It's just already given. We've had 2 road games and he has looked like absolute trash. And I'm sorry to say that. But this dude missed about 3 wide open receivers, 2 of them that probably would have been a touchdown if he had just settled himself down and just threw the ball like he threw when he was playing Sanford.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll talk about the Georgia game coming up, but man, let's dissect some of this stuff, man. The sacks. I count. Let's see, he got sacked 5 times. That was a total of 7 sacks. He got sacked 5 times. I'll give maybe 1 to a covered sack. But, man, you got to get rid of the ball, man. Right. I mean, it was a couple of those sacks. I would say 3 out of those 5 sacks, he could have at least got rid of the ball.
Yeah. You think that's more play calling or just him being scared, holding on to the ball, or just basically on him for not having confidence to let the ball go? I heard this one guy say this week that it looks like the ball stuck to his hand.
That's
He don't want to let it go.
That's exactly what it looks like, because even when he lets it go,
Right.
man, if you go back and watch the replay of this game, or if you just watch the replays after, you know, the sacks or the miscues, you will see that he had open receivers.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know I don't know if he fully knows the playbook or what's going on, what he's supposed to be reading. He's staring down receivers. It looks like he's in one read progression. I mean, it's not, I don't see him progressing through his reads. I don't even see him getting to a second progression. I'm thinking like, it's like if it ain't there, if the first one ain't there,
right,
then he's taking a sack or it's something disastrous happening. And I don't know if that was just the butterflies of being in a hostile environment like that. But man, we can't depend on a quarterback that can't play outside his own backyard.
Right. Man, I don't know how. I'm assuming, I could be wrong. I feel like he's gonna start this week, but that leash has got to be super short.
Short.
So I don't know what you think of. What would you do if it was your call on the quarterback situation? How would you handle it?
Man, just that's a tough question, to be honest with you. Just because of the mere fact to see how he's played at home. And this is a home game that's coming up. Maybe the jitters won't be there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we'll see a different Peyton Thorne, but we can't keep playing this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde type of football with him. Somebody's gonna have to make a decision. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we got a Gus Malzahn at the helms right now, because I believe Hugh will snatch him out and be like, okay, enough is enough.
Right.
With the days of past, now we would see Gus roll with somebody all game, and we'd be sitting up there like, okay, what you put him in the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter for anyway.
Right.
But you asked me the question personally, if it was me, given the fact that we playing, what are they still ranked number one? Georgia.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The number one team in the nation is coming in. Just from what I've seen, and just the fact that we still know that Robert Ashford does not have the full gambit of the playbook, I would still go with Peyton Thorne. I hate to say it, but I will, just to see, okay, is this a tale of playing on the road and playing at home? Let's see let me give you a shot. But like you said, that leash will be extremely short. I'm talking about, it will be so short that I'm at his neck, you know, with holding on to the leash. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, look, I mean, if I see something, the first two series, and it's not, no, it's time. I mean, because we don't need to keep doing this, because if we keep going at this rate, bro, we probably ain't gonna win number 5 games, a total of 5 games.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Maybe 6.
Maybe.
But, you know, I'll say this. A lot of times, it's never as bad as it seems. It's never as good as it seems. It's somewhere in between. I think he has the capability of playing better. Well, I know it. Because you got to look at the fact, I don't care if you're playing, I don't know, Gaston City every week, Sardis, Holtz Bluff, Southside, whoever. He's passed for 6,000 yards in his career. So, regardless of the competition that you think he's faced, being in the Big Ten, at some point, you're going to go against Michigan, Penn State, Ohio State. You're going to play against some NFL-style players. So the ability is there. What they have to do, they got to find, as a coaching staff, they got to find whatever he's comfortable at and let him do it. I would think the quick game, get the ball in his hand quick. Don't let him sit there and think about it. Will work too. And according to Freeze, I don't know, man. They say they really didn't run a whole lot of RPOs this game. You know, they say that. I don't know. It's kind of confusing, because it's sort of like, who do you want to believe? I don't know. Freeze, I think at some point he needs to take over the play calling, just due to the fact, I think that will help also, because the stuff that he runs when he was at Ole Miss, I haven't seen none of that, hardly any yet. You know what I'm saying? Which I mean, I don't think it's all quarterback. I don't think it's all play calling. I think the whole thing is kind of discombobulated, because I think you got too many hands in it. hands in it. You kind of, I don't know. It's confusing to me. I don't really know, but I do know this: we can't continue to do what we're doing. I know that.
No.
And I would say it's almost at the point where it's like they need to go back to what they did to the end of the season last year with Ashford. Put him in the game and just build the team around the running game. I mean, if nothing else, at least you know that part of it. You can. I think you can kind of stabilize and maintain something if you do that. Which I don't. To me, I don't want that. I think you need to show. You need to show recruits. You need to show the team that you can actually throw the ball down the field.
Right.
At some point, you got. I don't care how good a running team you are. You got to be able to throw the ball at some point.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. You do.
Really, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I feel like it's not over with for Thorne, but it's getting close.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely know after this.
I think this is it.
I think we'll know after the first quarter.
Yeah, I think this game for him, to me, in my opinion, I mean, if he gets hurt, that's different. But if he don't go out and perform this week, I think it's over with for him. I think at this point they have to move off of him.
Because I'm, and I hate to say this, but what do you have to lose if you do move off?
Well, think about it too. You're in Freeze's first year, and he's preaching patience for a reason.
Exactly.
So it's at the point now. I would say if it don't work out with Thorne, I would go with Ashford, but I would also go ahead and get Garner some snaps too.
Yeah, because I don't unless somebody makes a tremendous stride of improvement over the after the season, I don't see either one of them being the starters anyway.
Well, I don't think, based on how I mean, this is just how I feel. Thorne won't be back to Auburn next year. He'll be a graduate transfer, or he'll just go pro, which I don't see that.
Yeah.
I don't think Ashford will be there.
I don't think so either.
Based on, I mean, he wants to be the man outright. And obviously, he still hadn't grasped that yet. I mean, for some reason, I always tell people, people are like, why is he playing? Why is Thorne playing? Why ain't Ashford playing? Why ain't Gardner playing? The way I look at it, as much as Freeze has been around football, and Philip Montgomery and Kent Austin, all these guys have been around football all these many years, they're not going to play the guy that they don't think gives them the best chance to win. It will be, what do they have to gain by not playing Ashford? If they felt like Ashford would take the job and run with it and give them the best, he would be playing. Mm-hmm. It's the same with Gardner. Mm-hmm. They're not going to play somebody that's not going to, right. You're not going to sacrifice the team for Thorne. There's no way. Mm-hmm. He's not worth it. I mean, no one man is worth it. Sacrificing losses. You're not going to lose games intentionally. So the way I look at it, Freeze said it this week in the press conference, he had a good week of practice. I truly believe that. Mm-hmm. But it's not transferring from practice to the game.
To the game.
That's where we're at. I mean, it's not even really, that's at the point now, it's not even worth talking about A&M at this point. Just move off of that. But you're talking about a golden opportunity this week.
It's a golden opportunity. With nobody that's coming in.
And nobody's giving you a chance. Nobody's really going to talk about the game all week. You know that. It's a foregone conclusion what everybody thinks is going to happen.
Yeah.
But when that line first came out, it came out at 14. I was like,
it's
man.
14 and a half right now.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's interesting to me.
It is. And that, I've always, anytime we play this game at home, right. I'm super interested in, because I think the last time we won, which was, they beating us, 4 straight?
Yeah. Something
like that. The last time we won, I think the line had jumped down to -3 with Georgia. And they were favored. We were at home, but we ended up winning that game.
40-10.
And so, because we blew the doors off of them.
Then of course, Gus ran his mouth.
Yeah, and but like you said, there is a golden opportunity, especially with the amount of recruits that are coming in. I think I read somewhere where they got 40 visits this week, 40 plus visits. So you got to show something. They're gonna have to dig deep. And really, really, this should have been one of them preparation weeks that, we got to really hone in. We got to find something that this guy, like you said, I said it myself. I said, why go away from somebody's strength?
Yeah.
When you play a game, you play to that man's strength or utilize that individual to the best of their ability.
Man, we're sitting here watching the replay of this A&M game. Like I said, they should have never went away from that running game.
No.
He was gassed. He was the first 3 carries. He was averaging 11 yards per carry.
Exactly.
Against that front.
But
that tells you all you need to know, right?
But
there.
it's just like that fumble happened.
Yeah.
And it was they ruled it an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
And they went completely away from just the running game, and I just could not understand that.
Ashford would have played a major role in this game if they would have played him more instead of waiting till the end of third quarter, fourth quarter to play him.
Yeah, and
man, that's crazy.
I don't know, but considering,
right.
like we said, considering the defense still has very much upside. If you ask me,
about it, against the second half against A&M, that was down to like third and fourth string guys in secondary. We had guys dropping like flies. And we still held up for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they called us. They basically called us on 2 busted assignments that really stretched the game out. And really, I mean, if you get that same kind of defensive effort this week, I'll be happy. Because to me, I can tell anybody right now, A&M's better than Georgia offensively. It's not even close. A&M's quarterback situation was better, but even the backup I think is better than Carson Beck, and I know they got better receivers than Georgia.
Yeah.
But Georgia does got the ultimate unicorn though, Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
But other than that, A&M's better than them offensively, and we know firsthand A&M's got a better offensive coordinator, Bob Petrino, compared to Mike Bobo. That's not even by Georgia having Mike Bobo. That gives me hope there. Just knowing that we got to face him.
Well, there's a lot of hope, but the thing about it is that I was gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
And
they showing the name fumble return now.
Yeah.
That was a game changer when they called it back.
Boy, Auburn.
That was the right call, but
it was a right call.
Don't
get me wrong.
Super close.
That was a big break that they got. I was gonna ask you a question. Do you think that this is talking about Peyton Thorne? Do you think it's because he playing on the road? Is he not as good, or I mean, what is it? We know home field that gives you a sense of comfort.
I really do expect
but does his game travel? That's what I'm asking.
I would have to look up and see what's his numbers like compared to the road and at home. Well, I already know. Based on this year, what they like.
Yeah.
But overall, I just wonder there's more to it than that.
But the thing about it is, our offense has only scored 17 points on the road.
That's true.
Because I'm telling you, our defense scored 7 points.
Right.
Or 6, whatever you want to call it. 6 and a field goal. an extra point. But 17 points on the road, bro. And we won one game.
And won one of them.
So, I don't know. I'm hoping Dr. Jekyll come out this game and not be Mr. Hyde. When we talking about Georgia playing Georgia at home.
Right.
And what I mean by that, we had a cool, calm, and collected Peyton Thorne when he played Sanford.
Right.
Which the talent is, granted, it's a lower. Greater talent, but still the game plan and the way you played the game, that stuff doesn't change, man. It's about execution, and I'm gonna tell you, we left 14 points out there on the field when he overthrew them 2 passes.
Well, not only that too, there were several times. There were several times we was in field goal range and we got sacks and penalties. Mm-hmm. So you're looking at anywhere between, I would say, 6 to 9 points there. Because McPherson, we ain't had to use him a lot, but he seems pretty accurate to me. He's got good legs. So he's got it. So I'm like, you leaving points on the field. So
what did he kick off? 56?
53.
53.
Yeah. So I'm like, and had room to spare.
Yeah.
Just like his brother that plays for my Bengals. But anyway, man, just moving off of A&M right into Georgia, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Auburn would have beat A&M this week, I can tell you now, I was gonna pick them to beat Georgia. because I think they was going to be that confident coming home. And I'll be honest with you, I know Georgia's two-time national champion, number one in the country, and I might turn around and look like an idiot. I haven't been that impressed with them. And this is their first. No matter what you think about South Carolina, Auburn's got better players than South Carolina. Auburn's playing at home. This is their first road game. We're 5 weeks in the season, and they just now leaving Athens. You know, and I seen Beck. He's actually coming along. Their quarterback's actually coming along pretty good, but he ain't seen nothing like what he's gonna face this week. And which Kirby knows that too. He tried to talk it up a little bit in the press conference this week. But I really believe home field advantage means a lot in this game for some reason. I feel fairly, to be honest with you, as bad as it was last week, I actually have some confidence going in this week. It ain't because of Thorne. It's because I have faith in Freeze to figure some stuff out. And I know that leash with Thorne's going to be short. I'll be shocked if it's not. But it's that home field advantage and that defense that's going to keep them in this game. I really, truly believe that.
Yeah. If they stay in the game.
If they stay in the game. But you can't, turnovers can get the game out of reach, a lot of stuff. But that goes both ways, though.
And I was shocked that we didn't have a turnover this past game.
As bad as we played, we didn't turn the ball over.
You would think we had a turnover.
Then
we actually scored off a turnover. So, but I can agree with you as far as if they stay in the game, the defense is going to keep them in the game. And I just feel like, man, this is going to have to be if we get this win, it's going to be, I'm talking about a total group effort as I'm talking about from coaching all the way down to the water boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to have to be that type of effort to win this game.
Right.
And I agree with you. If Auburn had to beat Texas A&M on the road, I would definitely, I would have came on this show amped up. I would have been on 10 already. Like, okay, this a new dawn, this a new day.
Right.
That type of feeling about Georgia.
Right.
But here's what I can say. This is what I'll throw in there. I still believe, because I believe in Freeze.
Right.
I still believe somebody gonna get a loss that ain't expecting a loss from Auburn. You get what I'm saying?
There's several games,
and this could possibly be one. But man, everything's got to line up. You got to play perfect football. There can't be no miscues. Everybody, I'm talking about, man, it's going to have to be one of them games that I'm pretty sure Peyton Thorne is going to start. It's going to have to be one of them games he come out and be 15 for 15 the first 15 passes he throw. I know that sounds crazy, but you're going to have to be lights out like that and just dial up the right stuff at the right time, because this defense that they fixing to play, I can already tell you they're gonna score twice if we keep on playing like this.
Oh yeah.
So I'm talking about the defense gonna score.
This is gonna be. I got a feeling though. This is gonna be a low scoring field position game. I don't think Georgia can line up and just move the ball consistently on us without some help from us. Now if we help them out, turn the ball over, do crazy stuff like we've been doing the first couple of games, yeah. But I just don't think Beck's gonna have to make a believer out of me. That he can just stand in the pocket. And their offensive line ain't played as good as it been in the past either.
Well, I feel like if Auburn consistently stop the run, which we've been shady on at times, or especially the outside run, but we can, Georgia takes on that identity of Alabama and stuff, with the old school Alabama, the pound game or whatever, because to be honest with you, Georgia hadn't had a stellar quarterback, in a while. I mean, you could say last year that buddy Stetson Bennett was good, but it was just, I mean, look at what he had around.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you dealing with somebody like a Brock Bowers. I mean, shoot, you throw the ball anywhere to him. He like, Stretch Armstrong or something. But anyway, I feel like if we line up and contain his run game, like you said, make Carson Beck beat us. That's what I would focus on offense or defense wise. Make Carson beat us. We're not gonna win this game either, or we're not gonna win it defensively if we don't bring some more people to pressure this guy.
Yeah, when they played against A&M, when they actually brought pressure, they got to the quarterback a lot, and that's what basically got them hurt. But I noticed on a couple of them drives, they only rushed 3 guys, and that's when they picked us apart. Mm-hmm. So as long as they've been bringing pressure, they've been doing pretty good. They've been getting home with that pressure too. So especially this week, I don't see no reason. I would say blitz 70-80% of the time. And I'm sitting here, we're sitting here watching Freeze, Thorne coming off on the sideline on that 3rd and 8 play after the fumble was overturned, and I just watched him. He stepped back in the pocket. He had time to get rid of the ball, and he just stuck his head down. Yeah, took us out of field goal range. I don't know, but that's either that's over with.
But I think going back to what you said, blitzing, that much. I don't think, just to be honest with you, now with the threat that the A&M had, granted they had 2 wide receivers that the only receiver that I think that could beat you one-on-one on Georgia is Brock Bowers right now, and he's tight end, but he's considered a receiver as well. I mean, he can line up as a receiver. That's a freak of nature. But I don't see no reason why. We shouldn't bring 5 or more, at least 5 every time when we line up, and just get this dude uncomfortable, and let's see how it works. And don't deviate from it, man. I mean, don't deviate from your offensive play calling if it's working.
Right.
Somebody might fumble or something, man, but go back to it, man, and let's grind it out. I don't know what else to say.
Man, that's really
this has been a vent show.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
Because I mean, I'm gonna give us one more game to see see if these questions. Now, there's some questions been answered. Don't get me wrong. Now, there's some questions been answered.
Right.
But I'm gonna give one more game to actually see if this is legit.
Right.
And by the fact that it's being at home, I'm gonna give us another opportunity, because we're playing the number one. Hands down, it's number 1 team in the nation. You can agree with me or not. They still undefeated.
Oh yeah.
They the reigning champions.
Oh, yeah.
They the 2-time back-to-back reigning champions. I had them winning a three-peat. I'm not sure of that, but I'm not gonna deviate from my pick.
Right.
For them winning another championship. But you until you beat them.
Oh yeah.
They still the top. And so we got the number 1 team coming into Jordan Hare. Can Auburn put up something to at least make us think that things are going to be okay on the plane? Which I feel like, don't get me wrong, 2024, I feel like things are going to be totally different. But we're talking about 2023 right now. We're looking at, are we going to get to 6 wins? Can you honestly say that right now, the way you feel? Can you honestly say that we're going to get to 6 wins after seeing the play that we had against Texas A&M?
To get to 6, I still think we'll get to 6. I actually think we'll get to 7. Because I think I got faith. Because I feel like no matter what, Freeze is going to get this quarterback situation straightened out. Now, I'm not going to say none of these guys are going to turn out to be All-Americans, nothing like that. Mm-hmm. But eventually, they will. I feel like he will settle in on quarterback.
And it'll work for us.
And it'll work just enough to get through this season. Mm-hmm. Then at the end of the season, they'll have to reevaluate, and which I know he's got Walker White coming in, but I got a feeling they're going looking for another quarterback. Because he's not going. I don't think he's going to go into another season with this much unknown. Because obviously a lot could change. The light could come on for Thorne. I don't see it right now, but it could, because I think it's in there. But they just, like I said, they got to find what's comfortable for him, because I feel like this is it for him.
Yeah.
This game is it. You can't. This is it here. And plus, you're getting ready to go into the bye week too after this too. Mm-hmm. So after these first 5 games, you can sit back and really during this bye week and just really evaluate what we got. And if he's not the answer, we just move off of him and go with either Ashford or Gierner. But I think when it's all said and done, It might not be a great situation with the quarterbacks, but I think we'll have enough. I think Freeze will get enough out of whoever he decides to go with moving forward, whoever that may be.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be able to capitalize on it because I know this. He's getting anxious. I know Freeze is because he can't sit idly by and continue for this to happen.
Yeah.
Some of these other coaches we had in the past, they just ride it out. But I don't see that with him. I really don't. He knows the situation. He knows what people are saying, and he knows he's going to have to show something too because, we got some difference makers in this recruiting class coming in for next year with more to come, hopefully, but they're not going to continue to want to be involved with this if we can't show them something. The defense ain't worried about it. I know we're good there.
Yeah.
It's just showing that passing game. We got 2 elite receivers already committed. We got an elite quarterback already committed, but they want to see something too, though.
Of course.
So I feel pretty good about it regardless, but I know I just got faith in Freeze that he's going to figure it out. And I know you going. We both. I'm picking Georgia to win. I'm sure you are too. But I got Auburn keep it within the number though. I think it's going to be a fourth quarter game. Believe it or not, I think our defense. Now I don't know what shape our defense will be going into the fourth quarter, but I think we can keep. I think we can stay in this game, and I think you'll see us move the ball some offensively this game. I think all hope is not lost. I think they can come up with something to move this ball. They're going to have to. What choice do they got? So I think Georgia wins, but I think Auburn keeps it under the 14.5 or whatever it goes to. I think Auburn can keep it under the number anyway.
So you're not giving a score. You're
Well, I would say something like 24-13, 24-16. I don't see Georgia scoring. A&M scored 27, and they got 7 of them late, real late.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think they're going to score more than what A&M did. I don't think they're better than A&M offensively anyway.
Yeah.
Overall team, yes, they're better than A&M. But offensively, I don't see them scoring over 27. I just don't. I think Auburn can hold them in the 20s. I really do. The only problem is you can't convince me that Auburn can score in the 20s against that defense, though. That's the problem. But I think Auburn keeps it under the number for sure. And I think there is a path for Auburn to win this game, believe it or not. But you're talking about, percentage-wise, I would give it like 10 or 15%, something like that, just being honest. Yeah. But there is a path. Everything would have to fall their way, of course, and they would need a little help from Georgia. But like I said, I'm not that impressed with Georgia, and I'll say that now, and I'll probably look crazy, after this weekend because they'll come out and probably play their best game of the year. It happens.
On one hand, I got Georgia showing everybody why they number 1 team in the nation.
Right.
But I still have to play that Jordan factor, the Jordan Hare factor,
right?
And the fact that loss Saturday,
right,
should make you.
If that's not motivation, I don't know what it is.
It should have hit you in the mouth.
Truthfully, as a man on that team, this Georgia game, this should be their best effort of the season. Mm-hmm. Should be.
Exactly.
Now, don't try to do too much, but this should be their best effort. From an effort standpoint, should be their best effort of the season. Yeah, to me it would be.
And shouts out to you, man. You got the A&M score right.
Yeah, I said 27.
Yeah.
I thought about that.
We both had the game under 50, the total.
Right.
I think the total for this game is 45 or 46 or something like that. But I'll give you my score, and it's crazy. When you started, we both got the Georgia score correct. Or not correct, but the same. I'm going with 24, and you almost got my Auburn score, which I was saying. They will keep it under 14. I don't know why I'm thinking like this, but I just still feel like this game right here is really going to show me what kind of heart Auburn has. I got the game being 24-17. I do not think Auburn will score above 20 or at 20. I'm like you. I just don't see it.
Right.
But I give them the home field factor.
Right.
Just the mere fact that they will probably score 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And it be a totally different ball game, and it end up being in our favor. For the recruit's sake. Right. At that, and for Auburn fans in general, this would be a very, very big win for Hugh Freeze, which I feel like he's gonna have big wins anyway.
Right.
But we just got to be patient.
Right.
And we are anxious as well because we know what Freeze can do.
Oh yeah,
and we know the history that he has. I mean, just the things that he's done at Liberty and Ole Miss and with Arkansas State. You know those teams. The way he came in, and I spoke about it on one of our first shows about the turnaround that he has been able to accomplish. So I don't think all is lost. And look, fans, we're gonna be fans.
Right.
You know, you're a true fan when you criticize your own team and still be a fan.
Right.
I don't have too much respect for and I'm sitting up there talking now, and I got a darn Atlanta Braves hat on.
Right.
Because I'm not an Atlanta Braves fan anymore. I just like the Hank Aaron thing. But anyway, so therefore I wasn't a true fan of the Atlanta Braves. But I'm a true Auburn fan. I'm not gonna throw you away because you have a losing season. You know what I'm saying? So I got hope. You know.
Oh yeah.
And but man, anything spark your interest about this coming up week? What is it?
Man,
week 5?
I'm so like. I've been so like discussing this week. I really ain't kept up with nothing. To be honest with you, I know Alabama goes to Mississippi State. It's 14.
And you got LSU and Ole Miss.
I like LSU.
That's.
I think a typical Lane Kiffin last week against Alabama ran his mouth all week, and of course, come game time, third didn't show up.
I'm still struggling with that pick though, that LSU Ole Miss, because it's at Ole Miss. I don't know, man. I mean,
LSU, man, really, they're more. I don't know. They're built better to me.
What about I got a game that strikes my interest on the radar. Notre Dame versus Duke.
I like man, I kind of want to lean a little bit towards Duke because I don't know, man, from a talent standpoint though, I would just go with Notre Dame because the only thing about it, you don't know emotionally where Notre Dame's at after giving that game away.
Right.
I can see that one. I don't even know the point spread on that. I'll be curious.
I hadn't looked at the spread either. Duke, man, they got awesome coaches.
They do, man. They got a good quarterback.
Just the turnaround that they've accomplished. And by no means am I a Duke fan nor Notre Dame fan, but we like football. And to me, that's one of the most intriguing matchups that I see out there this week, far as to make some noise. But then you got Kansas and Texas as well.
Right.
So that's gonna open a lot of eyes. But I got Texas in that game. It's at Texas. So I got the Longhorns in that one. Yeah. But man, you got anything else, man? You don't want to leave the people with something positive. I see you got your bank, but that ain't nothing positive either. No, they won.
But they ain't playing.
Is Smoking Joe gonna be all right, man? Have they figured out Smoking Joe yet?
Week to week, man. Whenever you got a calf injury like that, you can tweak it and just. I mean, he's playing with one leg basically. Yeah, that's what it is. Should have caught that. Oh, well. I'm like, man, I'll say this. We're off this week. We're getting a bye week at the right time. Yeah. I mean, look, I just keep it like that. And I hope in 2 weeks we can come back on here and have something positive to say heading into LSU. And I'll be honest with you, man, based on what I've seen from the SEC so far, nobody is just like nobody's going to run away with it. I don't even SEC, as good as Georgia is this year, talent-wise, Alabama, whoever, I don't know who. But I don't think nobody's going to run away with the league this year. And if Auburn can get their act together offensively, we could be in a conversation on some of these games.
Well, table this to the next episode that which y'all will be back in 2 weeks because we do have a bye week after this week. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. Y'all forgive us. We'll take a break with the team. Right. But table this since you brought up how the SEC is playing or faring now. Has the playing field been leveled? I want you to answer that question when we come back.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
So I'm signing off saying War Eagle.
War Eagle.